Toastmasters, and that is Olivia.
Yay! Hello and good evening, everyone. Oh yeah, thank you, thank you. I will be your Toastmaster for today, this evening, and I am so excited to be here, and I hope everyone else is. Despite all that we have been through and all the discussions we're having about, are we going to be able to do hybrid meetings here or maybe here? It is still just wonderful that we can still meet even in this capacity. So I'm always glad to see you all. Without further ado, we're going to move into our meeting. So we have three parts of the meeting. The first meeting is prepared speeches. The second part of the meeting is table topics. And then the third portion of the meeting is evaluations. With that being said, I would like to have the people that have roles tonight, I would like for them to tell me or tell us what your role is and give us a brief description. So we have, let's see, we have Carrie as a grammarian. Carrie, would you tell us what your role will be tonight?
Good evening, everyone. My role is grammarian. Grammarian role is to
Missy, you said English language?
right. I'm sorry, it's very last minute. I was told to do this role, so I'm not very prepared, but make sure that you use the grammar correctly and no misuse of English, not use the English. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Carrie. Let's see. I would like to talk to our table topics master, Majid. Could you tell us what your role is tonight?
Hello. As it was just mentioned a minute before, it's a little hard to speak when you're not ready. And this area will prepare you for such instances. Like I will give you some topics that you can talk and instantly. So it's impromptu in speaking skills. So the question that I asked, you can answer in a minute and a half and two. Try to limit it to 1 minute. That's the ideal time. So with this, I'll relinquish the lectern back to our Toastmaster.
Thank you. Very good. Thank you very much, Majid, for your role for table topics and your description. Luke, we have you down as an all counter. Can you tell me what the role is of an all counter tonight?
Absolutely. So good evening, fellow Toastmaster members. I'll be the all counter. My job is to listen for filler words such as ums, or anything, just to basically, break up that pause. I say them all the time. I think I just said one a minute ago. And so that will be my job, is to count the ums and ahs and so's while people speak tonight. And back to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you very much for that, Luke. And next, I would like to talk to Maurice. Your role tonight is a general evaluator. What will you be doing?
Yes, I will be doing the general evaluation of the meeting, and I'll also prompt the other evaluators to give their reports.
Thank you very much. And David, would you tell me what the job is of a timer, please?
Good evening, everyone. I will be your timer for this evening. And I do have a question. I think Olivia is going to speak in the first speaker spot and Donovan in the second for the educational overview. Do we have a times on those that you'd like me to
push mine to be at least 3 minutes? That's going to be pushing it.
Okay.
So when I get to 3 minutes, you could just go ahead and make that my limit.
Okay, I'll do green at 2 and 2.5 yellow and red for 3.
Okay.
I'll be 2 minutes if that's okay, David.
Okay, 2 minutes for green and 2.5 for yellow and 3 for red for both of y'all then. Okay. And also I will be timing table topics. For table topics, they should be ideally within 1 to 2 minutes. So we'll have I have frisbees, by the way, again. Green frisbee for 1 minute, yellow Frisbee for 1.5 minutes, and a red Frisbee for 2 minutes. That's on the table topics. I don't think we have any evaluators tonight for this. So that won't be applicable. So I believe that's the only things I will be timing. And that will be my role as timer. Thank you. And back to you, Olivia.
All right, thank you very much. I'm going to start us move into our invocation and pledge. So our invocation tonight is dreams do not work unless you do. And if you would please join with me as we cross our heart. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. I think we have gone over all of our roles for this evening. So we're going to move into our first portion of the meeting, which is our prepared speeches. Or in this case, we're going to have a pocket speech by yours truly, that's me. And then we'll hear from Donovan. He's going to use the second speaker spot will be for his education overview. So I will just jump right into it, and this is something that I want to share with you guys, and it's all brand new and it just came to me today. So I will share with you my upcoming plans. I joined Toastmaster in 2018, if I'm not mistaken. By that time, my mind was made up just what I wanted to do with my life. I am a very spiritual person, so the Bible says that your gift will make room for you. So I don't feel fulfilled in the current employment that I have. I've been to school. I owe a lot of student loan money. I've graduated a couple of times. And each time I just don't feel fulfilled, or either I didn't use the degree at all. So I got to thinking, first, what does it mean your gift will make room for you? I need to first define what it is, or what is the meaning of a gift? What is your passion? So to sum up what a passion is something that you're willing to do, even if you do it for free. And your gift is sort of like your passion. It's that thing that you are most talented in. It's the skill that you have naturally. Some people have a skill of cooking. Some people may have a skill of working with their hands, building, carpentry, brick mason. Who knows, your skill may even be things like coloring or painting, or you may be an artist. Something that you can do that it just comes natural to you. That's your gift. And all of us have one. And it is important for me, in my mind, it's important for all of us to know what our gift is. Examine your mind, your heart, and try to figure out what your gift is. What is your talent? What is that one or two things that you can do with little to no effort, and you're willing to do it for free? Well, guys, my mind's been made up a long time ago. My gift, my talent is public speaking. I don't meet a stranger. I'm not afraid to speak in front of a large group of people. As a matter of fact, the more people, the merrier. I'm kind of a all eyes on me type person. I don't mind being the center of attention. So I was trying to figure out, how can I get into this career of public speaking and have my gift make room for me? In other words, I don't want to work for someone else. How can I get into this industry and let it not only be a blessing to someone else, but also be a financial way of maintaining life for me? So about 3 or 4 days ago, a friend of mine says, Olivia, I think you would be great as a talk show host. And I'm like, no, that's not what I want to do. I want to speak publicly, yes, but I want to be a motivational speaker or inspirational. I don't necessarily want to be a talk show host. Well, guys, that was maybe Wednesday of last week. And today I am happy to announce that I am starting my own online talk show. So far, the first thought that came to my mind was it's going to be Olivia's Bring It to the Table. That's going to be the name of my show. Tuesdays is going to be what did I have? Tuesday is going to be Tell It All Hot Topic Tuesday. And maybe this will be a topic about something that's going on in the local news or national news. It's just going to be Hot Topic Tuesday. Wednesday is going to be You Pick It Wednesday. So the viewers will be able to write in and have an idea of what they want to talk about. And then on the following Wednesday, if your idea is picked, we will talk about it. And Friday will be Fabulous Fridays. It will be nothing but motivation, inspiration, spiritual, and love. If you don't have anything good to say, then shut your mouth. So guys, you are looking at your first Toastmaster talk show host coming to you soon. So I would love to have all you guys as part of my panel or in the audience. So stay tuned for more information. And of course, it's going to be on social media. So I will send you guys some links. And that is it for me as your new talk show host.
Woohoo!
Yeah,
We are all excited.
I am excited. Yeah. So we'll see where it goes. All right. Yeah, I'm sorry about that, David. I saw your red, green, and yellow, but I was all over the place. And how long was that? Because I really was I thought it was going to be real quick.
5 minutes and 6 seconds.
Jesus Christ. I need an evaluation for that. That was a whole speech. Okay, next we're going to turn the lectern to Donovan, and he's going to give us his education overview as speaker number 2.
Hello. Hello, fellow Toastmasters. I have read the monthly Toastmaster International magazine on the date February 2021. Did you know that I have picked the article, The Values of Virtual Connections. The point I decided to talk about is online mentoring. Well, let's talk about that for a couple of minutes. So one subsection I picked was virtual connections. Here are some benefits from virtual connections. Some of the benefits are you can connect with anyone, anywhere, like Japan, Africa, or even the USA. It also saves time and money because you don't have to travel anywhere. You can be sitting on a beanbag drinking coffee while you travel all over the world virtually. Another point is know what is valuable. And what's valuable is really important to know. Because if you don't, you'll just become more isolated. Like people say that being isolated is good because of COVID-19. But in this situation, you don't have to. But it also helps to empower people. Like, you can even think of the most powerful people in the world. Like President Joe Biden or a a nonprofit organization director. It doesn't matter because every single point is to empower people with the strength that they need to get off their feet every single day, to be able to wake up and face the world and the crisis that we have. The second subsection is to be able to find an online mentor. By doing Toastmasters and other things just like that, it helps you to find them. Oh, here are a couple ways to find the mentor. You can be, well, you can choose your communication style. Like, for an example, like Olivia doing the videos. That's amazing. It's nice that it's helping other people to be more empowered. And it doesn't just do that, it also establishes clear expectations. Because people raise their expectations. By raising their expectations, it helps you to get through the day. But also, don't even let geography limit you. There are multiple countries that you can be involved with without getting up to a chill or not or keep drinking a glass of water or coffee. Get yourself involved. Thank you. Thank you. I would like to relinquish the lectern back to the Toastmaster. Thank you.
Thank you for that, Donovan. And it is important for us to just recognize that virtual contact is going to be our new way. I just think it's here to stay. So we do need to know how to embrace those virtual connections. We're going to move on to the second portion of our meeting, which is our table topics meeting where everybody gets an opportunity to participate. So we're not going to prolong that any longer. Majid, if you would come on up and do our table topics.
Hello, everyone. I'm Majid. I will be your table topic master for tonight. Thanks, Luke, for giving this opportunity. I want some volunteers to go. Maybe Luke, you have given me one, so do you want to go first? Okay, so it's pretty easy. I have 4 words on this card. I'm going to show it to you. Try to make something out of these 4 words. I looked it up online. These are kind of 4 most commonly used words in Alabama, are mostly used in Alabama kind of words. So it's more like a local to us. I hope it's not flipped, but it's hot. Like it's from the roll tide, it's just that tide and pick up and you all. So these are the 4 words top used in Alabama, seems like, in one of the websites. So I don't know if you want to make something out of these 4.
Okay. All right. Good evening, everybody. So I have been given the question to make something out of these 4 words. And so what, should I make a sentence or like a story?
Yeah. Like a little story or sentence. Yeah.
Okay. I have to say I'm a little nervous about this. This is a pretty good one. So my first inclination when you said the 4 words that are mostly used in Alabama, I was thinking ain't, y'all, and a couple other ones. But you do got you all on there. But I'm gonna make that y'all. So the first thing that comes to mind when I hear of hot is I literally just think of the Alabama summer heat and walking outside and immediately sweating with the 100% humidity in 98-degree weather, and it's literally only 9 a.m. in the morning. And so it's that hot out. And, you know, if you're working outside, you got to get something to drink. And sometimes water out of the faucet isn't always going to cut it. So I go up to my local gas station, the Chevron, and I pull in, and it just happens to be an Alabama game going on, and all sorts of people are in the parking lot screaming "Roll Tide," and they're in these big old pickup trucks. And I look at them and I say, "War Eagle, y'all." And that is what got me beat up at the Chevron in Grand Bay, because I'm an Auburn fan, and guys in big trucks don't like to hear War Eagle when they're yelling "Roll Tide." And back to you, Majid.
Awesome. Yeah, we are all Roll Tide over here. That was fun. That's nice. Thanks, Luke. Who is going next? This one is pretty straightforward. All right, Maurice. So let me make it a little hard for Maurice because he's one of our champion over here. So a little weird place to live. So you live in a little weird place and you're trying to explain it to everybody that it's okay, it's not that weird. So the first weird place to live is near a nuclear plant.
So I was supposed to describe it as not weird?
Yeah, describe it as it's okay.
Fellow Toastmasters and fellow Toastmasters, I'll try to get through this table topic without banjax in it. A nuclear plant, for the most part, is safe as long as there's no meltdown. And there were examples of meltdowns or semi-meltdowns. For example, 3 Mile Island years ago and Chernobyl. For the most part, the nuclear plant will run up to speed, at least 90%, unless there's an intentional outage, and that happens sometimes. But odds are you won't find yourself glowing unless for some reason there is a meltdown, but they usually run efficiently. Back to you, Topics Master.
All right, Maurice, I really appreciate that. That was a really challenging one to defend, actually. I don't know how I would have done that. I know they call it safe, they call it, but at least I don't want to be in any close proximity than 15, 20 kilometers or miles.
Well, as a matter of fact, I did live not too, I think within 30 miles of a nuclear plant, and I did do a co-op at a nuclear plant.
Okay. So yeah, it's good that you had a good exposure of understanding of that subject. For us, we are scared. Okay. Because there's some kind of effects that they say that that's not visible too. Yeah, true. Like for us, people ask us weird questions about our waves traveling, like the cell phone towers and stuff. That's really like less than 1 watt. But like even if you have a finger on electric circuit, it's like so many wattage. The consumption of the power is quite less on these, but people still are scared of those. So okay, the next weird place to live is, who wants to go for the next one? It's not that difficult. This one is easy.
I'll try.
All right, David. Next place to live that you want to defend is a swamp.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters. My question is, for me to explain why living in my swamp is actually swamp, like a muddy swamp, right? It's not a bad thing at all. you would think it's bad. And yes, I do get wet a lot, and I get covered in mud. Let's face it, I'm covered in mud. But the good thing about that is before there was mosquito repellent, ancient civilizations used to use mud to cover their skin, and that protected them from insect bites and things like that. So it's actually an advantage. Another thing is that living in a swamp, you don't have to cut the grass because there is no grass. It's a swamp. I mean, you step outside and you're just knee deep in mud. So, but hey, no grass to cut. Who likes to cut grass? I don't. I mean, I have to cut my yard all summer long and it's horrible. So living in a swamp, you don't have to worry about that. Swamp life is actually very nice. It's wonderful. You can almost swim in it. It's more like being in quicksand, but it's still a pleasant, like a spa atmosphere, especially in the hot July summers. You can just bake in the mud. So I really encourage you all to come visit me in my swamp, and we'll hang out and have a good time. Back to you, Table Topics Master.
Thanks, David. Swamp. So I was doing a wrong pronunciation. So swamp. Got it. But yeah, that's a good detailed explanation of your area right there. But I will be out of town all this summer, so sorry, I cannot visit. Yeah, that's good. Thank you. The easiest one now. It says a weird place, but I like it. I like the last one, last place to live. It's easy peasy. Anybody can go. Go ahead. Okay, this one is weird place to live, but it's at the bottom of a Grand Canyon. You know you will have less resources, but it's still bottom of Grand Canyon. How would you defend yourself, living yourself at the bottom of Grand Canyon? Question to you, Scary.
I got the question. I got the question, right?
Yes, that's for you,
Okay.
Scary.
Good evening, everyone. My question is the bottom of the Grand Canyon. I have been to Grand Canyon for many years ago. That was beautiful. Unfortunately, I didn't go down to the Grand Canyon. I never really seen it, only the picture. All I can imagine, the bottom of the Grand Canyon. There is a still tour, lots of tours. A friend of mine joined the tours. It was called, I believe, chocolate something, because it looks like a really chocolate color. I forgot the official name, but it looks like a chocolate. Sounds great, isn't it? Always I made an imagination. I'm living in a chocolate. All of us, when I was a kid, love chocolate house, right? So now my dream comes true, chocolate house. However, downside is that's the only imagination. I cannot fight it. I cannot enjoy the sweetness, just imagination. But if we believe in, it's happening. Imagine it's happening. Just imagine. All in imagination, but I could live in the chocolate house in the bottom of the Grand Canyon. Thank you.
All right, appreciate that. So that's a good part of imagination. You are at the bottom of Grand Canyon and you're enjoying your chocolate. Thanks, Hurry. Who wants to go next? I hope we have time for. Yep. Do we have time?
Well, it's 7:30. We did start a little late. I guess we got time for one more, and then we'll move
one
on.
More. Let's see who wants to go. One more. All right. Thanks, Jonathan. So the question is, usually we see stickers on the car bumpers. They would say skydiving or mountain, or sometimes Smith and Wesson stuff on it. So what do you recall, any car stickers or any slogans that stand out to you that you want to share? You're on mute, Jonathan. Yep, we can hear you now.
The question I have received is, Do I have any slogans on those stickers on car bumpers? Well, the truth is, I haven't seen any lately because I haven't been traveling. Well, you know why? Because of COVID.
Sure.
But the best thing that you can ever think of is to look them up sometimes. But sometimes there are some slogans I do see, like just like driving around campus or just driving around in town. Like there's some slogans like say simple life. Like simple life is important is because sometimes having a simple life is so much easier than having a busy life. Another slogan I have seen, or I'm imagining, is like already married. By already married is, well, it's important because, well, they might be married to a guy or the opposite, or you could be married to other things, just like the nature that's around you or the people that's besides you. People always get those confused on the different meanings of married. And I think that is it that I've found recently or thought of recently. So I'm going to go ahead and relinquish the lectern back to Nikki. Thank you.
Awesome. Appreciate that. Yep, you were right. As we have been driving less, we have been observing less, but thanks for your input. Yes, first one you said, simple life. That's pretty much my motto is as well. So yeah, the more we complicate, the more hard it gets. So make it simple, live your life. And the second one, only maybe and married. So that's it's common too. That's good. Thank you. With this, I will relinquish the lectern back to Madam Toastmaster Olivia.
Hello, thank you, Majid. And we are moving on to our final phase of our meeting, which is our evaluations. So I will call up our general evaluator, and from there, Maurice, you can call on your team to give us all of our evaluations. So without any further ado, Maurice, general evaluator.
Well, thank you very much, Madam Toastmaster. Yes, before I give my general evaluation of the meeting, we'll go over the timers report. So time for timer, which is David.
Good evening again, everyone. For this evening, I was your timer, and I will now give you a report on everyone's time, everyone that spoke. For our first speech, Olivia gave a pocket speech, which we appreciate, and I think that's a great idea, you being a talk show host, and we'll see how that goes, but yeah, I'd love to check it out. So the speech, which you said you would barely have 3 minutes at the most, took 5 minutes and 6 seconds. And I run into that a lot myself. Whenever I have a speech, I think this is going to take so long, and I might as well double it because I don't know why. But for the next, in speech slot number 2, Donovan gave a nice educational overview from the Toastmasters magazine, and his time was 4 minutes and 5 seconds. Moving on to table topics, we had Luke at 1 minute and 42 seconds. We had Maurice at 1 minute and 3 seconds. Myself, David, I was 1 minute and 31 seconds. Carrie was 1 minute and 12 seconds. And Donovan was 2 minutes and 6 seconds. And that is everybody that I timed for this evening. Thank you for participating. And back to you, Ms. General Evaluator.
Thank you, David. At this time, we'll go to the all counter, and that is Luke.
All right, thank you, Maurice. So for the all counters report, I have Maurice 0 as usual. Olivia, I had about 2 Carrie none, David none, Donovan I didn't catch any. Majid I caught 2 and I know myself I caught myself at least 3 times. I gave myself 4, but I do have a tendency to pay attention to what you guys are saying, and I need to listen out for the filler words a little bit better than I do. But that's my all counters report for tonight. Back to you, General Evaluator.
All right, thank you, Luke. Now we'll go to the grammarian, which is Carrie.
Hello, everyone. Carrie, I am. Carrie said the word of the day, banjax once. I caught the Maurice once. I guess that's all. Anybody else? I believe that's all. And I didn't hear anything wrong in the grammar or misuse of English. We all did very well. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Carrie. Now for the general evaluation of the meeting. We started a little late. We were actually a few minutes into the meeting before we caught ourselves. But once we got started, after going over club business, things went pretty well. We had 2 people to fill in, to do the prepared speeches. And we went through that and then the table topics. And we still have a few minutes left, and we've completed the evaluations. So that turned out to be a good meeting, a good productive meeting. So at this time, I will relinquish the lectern back to Madam Toastmaster.
Thank you, Maurice. I will agree that I think tonight's meeting was a nice meeting, a successful one. We had a few people out tonight, but that's okay. Preferably everybody is all okay. Everybody's doing well. Thank you all for your participation tonight. Majid, I truly enjoyed your table topics, and that style was really good, especially with you get the 4 words and you have to kind of put them all together. Luke, you did a great job with that. Everyone, I enjoyed the meeting, and I look forward to the next one. So I won't prolong any further. I do want to just say I really liked the invocation today. Dreams do not work if you don't work. And we have to get busy. We're all here members of Toastmasters, and we all have our personal reasons why, but surely it was not just to stay here at this platform forever. I will always be connected to Toastmasters. I don't ever want to not pay my dues and not be a member. Besides, Carrie would get me if I did. So yes, we want to be always connected here and remember Toastmasters as our roots, but we need to figure out what it is that we want to do with our lives and get busy, because nothing comes to a sleeper but a dream. So get up off your butts and do something with yourselves. Make yourselves proud today. And with that, I will pass this back on to Luke, our president. Thank you all very much.
Thanks, Olivia, and thanks for stepping in as Toastmaster. I know the agenda kind of went out late and did a great job, and thanks for the little motivation there at the end too. I think it was very well said. So in closing, I think it was another really good meeting. I really appreciate, Olivia and Donovan stepping up and getting something together last minute. I do apologize about not getting the agenda out earlier this week. We're in a very big training environment at work last week and this week. And 2, we are looking to move. And so my plate has been full, and it did skip off my schedule. So I do apologize about that. Let's see. Donovan, I really liked how you stood during the education overview. And the next speech that I give, I'm going to follow Donovan's lead, and I'm going to stand up and speak as well. So, and maybe we can all continue to maybe do that, too, because in real life we are going to be standing up, and regardless if we're on Zoom or not, we know that we can still do it with just a little bit of preparation. So if you got a prepared speech, going forward or anything like that, maybe try to throw that in to help just make the speech a little bit better. Let's see, Carrie, I reached out to Kevin Poe right at the beginning of the meeting via text, and he is getting back to me with some details. He asked if you were qualified to be involved in the speech contest. I told him I was going to have to look that up. He said that they started something back in January. I was a little confused with his text, but me and him are going to have a phone call, and I will find out more information to you about that. But it's already on his radar, and he is going to find out when the area contest is in our area, and it sounds like we can go ahead and basically send you up to the area contest. So he's getting back with me on the dates, and I'll keep you informed.
Okay, thank you.
Yep, absolutely. And I think it's great that you're doing that. So, your speech, we have time every meeting, regardless if we have two other speakers, we might be able to, cut table topics short, or just do like a real quick, club business or something like that. So you can practice your speech as much as you want. And we would love to have different evaluators, and we can critique you, and we can really help, get you prepared. So I think it's great that you're doing that, and I definitely want to help out. So, and speaking of speeches, so not this coming Monday, but the following Monday after that, I will be doing a prepared speech. So I will go ahead and get that scheduled, and I will get an evaluator in place. So if anybody next week has a speech, education overview, something to share like Olivia, please let me know, and we can get you guys in next week. But like I said, the following Monday after that, I will have a prepared speech that I will be doing. Carrie?
Yes, I'll make a speech next week, next Monday.
Okay, perfect. And two guys, maybe going forward, so Carrie will be speaking next week. I'll speak the week after. If somebody else could possibly have a speech for the following week, and maybe so forth, maybe we can, that's one way we can all kind of progress in our pathways to maybe have, one speech a week from everybody. So really that would be like, 6, 7, 8 weeks apart. That you'd be doing a speech. So just keep that in mind. I still want everybody to progress in their pathways going forward. I know me personally, I have slowed down on my pathway just with life being busy and different things. So this will be a good way to, just to help, keep pushing forward and helping us grow and get better in our public speaking and everything. So. All right, guys, so it's 7:44. We're right on time. Majid, you got something to pass?
Hey, wanted to check, where are our videos? I mean, I used to get link of YouTube from Maris before, but how do we, because I missed one of the last month, I think, and we were expecting a speaker from Florida. I wanted to check from him, like, how did it go? So we have recorded speech, right?
We have a YouTube channel, I guess, that Maurice had set up, and if you subscribe to that, you can set notifications, so it'll give you a notification when there's a new one. I can send you a link to the YouTube channel as well, and I guess I could send out a link. I haven't been trying to send out anything when I upload it. I usually upload it that same evening or the next morning.
Awesome.
Okay.
And do we have to log in to access that, or it's open for everyone?
it should be open for everyone, I believe.
Okay.
There's no restrictions on the
Yeah,
channel.
if you don't have an account, you can just search Hilltoppers Toastmasters on the YouTube search.
Got it. Thanks.
And Majid, he did a really good job speaking. He's traveling around the country visiting different clubs. I actually filled out a club ambassador form for him a couple days after the meeting and submitted to Toastmasters International because he is going around getting clubs. So he got credit towards that ambassador goal for coming to the meeting, and he did a very good job on the speech. I told him he could come back and practice anytime if he wanted, because I think he's going to be doing it for a speech